After waiting for centuries, we have two of our other members, who is Arijit, Nandy and Sourav Saha. We are honored that they are here with us today, along with Ruptirtha and Avik. So today we are going to do a brief roundup of the Premier League, and we'll talk about the Gareth Bale situation as well, and also about a few transfer rumors that we are hearing all over the place. So let's begin. Ruptirtha, take it forward.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to speak on the transfer rumor or the PL?
Let's start with the PL situation.
Oh, fuck, why you do this with me? Okay, fine. Okay, so as you people already have been knowing, I am an Arsenal fan, and why exactly I hate speaking on this topic right now. So from the current situation, the highest we can finish is like winning the FA Cup and getting the 8th place, which is nowhere near to the standards the club is on. But you know what? This has been a real strange season because we have apparently three coaches. I mean, 2 permanent coaches and 1 caretaker coach. So things has been really went down the hill. And secondly, there has been a lot of off the pitch issues like the Xhaka issue and the recent Uzil and the Matteo Guendouzi issue going on. So anyway, we trust the process and we hope for a good. We hope to get back to our home, which is number 4 next year. So let's see how it winds up, and let's see what we have got in the transfer rumors after this. I guess Avishek, you are on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Sourav, what do you think? As a Liverpool fan, you must be on top of the world at the moment. How many times did you celebrate?
So that way, the trophy ceremony, the trophy lifting ceremony was something, which was good. But as you know, if you look at, the most of the comments that has come out is that, this was something which was in waiting. I personally think as a Liverpool fan, the fact that, we won the league so early in the season and to get so many guard of honors from so many other, such, privileged clubs.
Like Avik club.
Yeah. So to have 8 to 9 games, where other teams are just for giving you that guard of honor, that in itself is a testament to the kind of football we have played this season, and so it's been a good thing. But as Klopp says, that we should only start preparing for the next season, and other teams have already strengthened on that front. Liverpool are still looking to strengthen. There are rumors of Thiago Alcantara and as well as even a move back for Coutinho. Personally, I don't think Coutinho will fit into this team because the team's mentality has somewhat evolved since he left, and it might be difficult for him to acclimatize to the situation. And if you look at it, when Coutinho was with the team, Liverpool used to play a different brand of football where they were more attacking and the defensive side wasn't as solid as when he was there. But over the past 1.5 seasons, ever since Van Dijk and then Alisson has come in, we are a much better defensive unit than what we were, the past in the early seasons of Klopp.
The team is more balanced in a way.
Yeah, the team is more balanced. You see, we have enough of central midfielders, and we have on our books already Naby Keita as well as Fabinho. And Naby Keita is looking to prove himself. Fabinho has had an excellent season, but Keita is still looking to prove himself. So in that context, you could say that, and you already have Henderson and Wijnaldum as well. And you also have James Milner as a backup. So you have 6 central midfielders. Whether we need another central midfielder, probably yes, because we need a creative solution to this. Because if you look at all of these 6 players, they are much more hardworking and a combination of box-to-box players. Like the best part of Henderson, our captain, is that he takes up positions, he knows where to be, plugs in the gaps, or more importantly, he takes up positions, be it in attack or defense or whichever way the game is flowing, so that he can control the game. That is a big factor. Fabinho has been excellent for us. Wijnaldum is obviously Mr. Consistent. Like among all the midfielders, he has been Mr. Consistent ever since he walked in from Newcastle. and
How do
he
you
has been a
think?
great. He has.
How do you feel in where exactly does Thiago Alcantara, if he comes, where exactly does he fit in the club? Is he a
See,
starter? I don't think so.
I don't think he will be starting. See, every player Klopp has targeted over the past few years, past few transfer windows. We didn't have we didn't get in anyone. We just got in Minamino and the two teenagers, Elliot and I am forgetting the other name. So we have hardly gotten players. So I'm pretty sure if Klopp does get in Alcantara, Thiago, then he will have a plan in mind and how he intends to use them. There were rumors that Barcelona might make a move for Firmino over the summer. This was happening, I think, in the winter transfer. There were some rumors flying with respect to that. Even when the season before the COVID situation started developed, the rumors were there as well at that point of time, and that was one of the major reasons why Minamino was purchased, because everyone anticipates Firmino move. But then, like you said, Alcantara is someone who has had the experience of being, playing in the Bundesliga. So, he knows how the Germans play their football. Klopp has already had, seen him play when during his Dortmund days, when obviously a
In
younger
the third
Thiago
class.
was playing
Yeah.
in the Bundesliga. And you being a Bayern fan must have seen the influence of Thiago somewhat,
Absolutely.
what you could say,
Absolutely.
deteriorate over the course of the season, because you have had, other midfielders come up the ranks
Right.
as well.
It's
So
less
if you
of a
if you
creative
if you look at,
midfielders. Like Thiago is the creative mind, but right now the midfield of Bayern, like it's Goretzka and Kimmich, so they are not that creative. Kimmich, yes, and Goretzka, they have like intelligence, but they are not as creative as Thiago. But they need the physical power which those two provide. The team needs that. That brings me to Avik Das, the second in the Premier League table. So, and also the Guard of Honor thing. So, how do you think your season was this time? Winning the last time and now coming up second.
Basically, we are linked with many defenders right now, like Koulibaly, then Taliafico, and we are thinking of sending Zinchenko to a loan deal. And the future of Otamendi on Stones also are not very good right now. So we may be selling them, and for instead of that, we are getting defenders. And as you know, from Valencia, Torres is coming. That is a done deal, I guess. So there, with the coming of Torres, I think Torres KDB will be a very effective combination from Manchester City. And yeah, coming to the Guard of Honor thing, it was just a bad day for Liverpool, I guess, and nothing more. But yeah, Liverpool won the trophy, but the next season of year will be very tight because teams like Chelsea, Manchester United, they are in a very good build. I don't know what Arsenal will do, but I think Arsenal will come up to their game also, looking for a tight competition in the next year.
Uh,
Let's
I'm
see what
I'm
happens.
I'm sure that last line would not have been in the script had this video been shooted 1 week prior to the FA Cup semis.
Uh, there goes. There
Okay.
goes. Right. Okay, so that brings us to the other team in the Manchester area, which is Manchester United. So, was it a satisfactory season for you, Arijit?
No, your CSS rivals winning Liverpool winning the Premier League.
You are not actually
But still there was
audible
some
quite
positives
good.
in this.
Not audible.
Hello?
You're not audible.
Am I audible right now?
You're very slow. I mean,
Slow, not
sound
slow.
is
It's
very
like,
feeble.
yeah. Somewhat,
Just like
it's
United
like
defense.
underwater.
Just like United defense. Not
Aye, come on.
consistent. Not consistent.
It's like you're
Am I
speaking.
audible right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it can't be a satisfactory season because your fiercest rivals going away with the cup can't be a satisfactory season for you. But still, there are some positives like the resurgence of Rashford and Martial scoring 25 over the course of the season.
Amazing.
The big game of Greenwood scoring 17, and also taking attacking minded approach, going away with the defensive minded approach which Mourinho bought. I'm a big fan of Mourinho, but still I think his game has been backdated right now. So yeah, there have been a lot of positives, like Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been one of the best right backs in last 1 or 2 seasons, I can say. And yeah, possibly he is not bringing that attacking minded approach, but still his defensive ability unquestionable. Maguire might not have been as good as Van Dijk, but still what he brings is the stability what we needed at the start of the season. And we are possibly the third best defense in the league. So there have been, this is, I can say, a mixed season with some of the signings like Sancho, Van de Beek, and 1 or 2 defenders if we can grasp in. So it can be a great season in the next season. And also with Leeds coming up with Marcelo Bielsa, it can be one of the best Premier League seasons ever.
Right. So looking forward to the next season, you will definitely, Manchester United, they're going to play the UCL. So I hope so. They're going to play the UCL. There's 1 match left. So in that way, what do you think your UCL performance will be? Are you looking for a place in the quarterfinals, semis, or anything like that? Or would you be just happy if you are like qualifying, getting through the round of 16?
As a fan, if you ask me, if you ask me as a fan, then I would say I want to win the UCL. That can be that, but that's not achievable at that moment, I feel.
Right.
The team, I mean, if you look at other teams, they have a lot of depth, like Manchester City. Their bench, I was watching the match, they won 4-0 or 5-0, and still they haven't played Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling, and all. So that gives you an idea how good those teams are. We still need a good bench. Like in the last 2 or 3 matches, if you see in the FA Cup against Chelsea, we were shambolic. That was a shambolic performance, I feel, and we should have won that. If we had a decent bench, we should have won that match. Chelsea haven't played that well, but still they have grinded the result. And also against West Ham, if you can see, the fatigue played a huge factor in that draw. So I would take at least a quarter-final run if we qualify for the UCL next season, and which I think we will. Then at least a quarter-final run would be a season's highlight, and also a good run in the FA Cup, and among first 2 or possibly first 3 in the Premier League. That could be the season's objective in the next season.
But I disagree with the fact that you don't have a good bench. You do have a good bench. You have the legend Lingardino in there, bro.
Ah, yes.
You should be using him.
Lingard, the best player in the world.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
You have our legend Lingardino in the bench. So you should be using him more often.
If he comes, then he can be as good as Ronaldinho, and on the other day he can be as good as Gabriel Oberton. So that's the consistency.
Now, what about the future of Lingard in United?
Okay, so future of Lingard, I want him to sell as soon as possible, along with other dudes like Juan Mata, Andres Pereira. They have been given a lot of chances, but they are not up to the mark of Manchester United. So we should bring in some other midfielders like in the market, like Van de Beek. If Grealish gets relegated tomorrow, then Jack Grealish can be an alternative option and a cheap option. And also, he has been PL proven. So these things can happen next season.
So how do you feel about Harry Maguire at the moment? How do you feel about his performance?
Harry Maguire had a decent performance.
Okay.
Do you think Harry has met the targets, like which were set for him? The aim with which he was brought to Manchester United. Do you think he has been able to provide that leadership to the team which he was brought in for?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least 80%. At least 80%. Sometimes his teammates have let him down. If you see his defensive partners like Lindelof, Lindelof, I have never seen Lindelof winning a defensive header. Even in the last match against Southampton, where we drew, that goal could have been avoided. Lindelof,
Yeah, yeah.
Obafemi
I
pushed
saw
Lindelof
that goal.
towards goal.
I saw that effort. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been easily avoided. If a player like Van Dijk or any, like Sonny Yukub, they could have avoided that goal.
That
Lindelof
player is really
needs to
great.
strengthen his body a bit.
Yeah.
But Maguire's season was good. I mean, sometimes
in few years time, I see again Robbie Keane saying the same thing about Maguire, what he said about David De Gea. Because if you see because David Maguire is not brought in to perform well against Southampton or West Ham. It's like you need to. I'm sorry, pardon me. So it has been to perform against the top 6 teams, and regarding the top 6 team, unless else keeping aside the City team, he hasn't really put up a great performance against any of the top 6. I mean, whenever I think of Maguire, I think of how Lacazette pinned him in the Emirates and missed the goal. But anyhow, comparing Maguire with Van Dijk will be like comparing like Lionel Messi with someone like Tammy Abraham.
So that brings me to the point.
That's what I said. He's not in the place to compare with Van Dijk, but still he has got the stability which we needed. He haven't performed like 80 million trust of fee, but still he have given some returns at least, and will perform better, I guess, next season.
So
because
on the topic
I support. Yeah. Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, on the topic of Lacazette, let's go down to Arsenal, which is, do you think there are going to be any changes in the squad in the coming season?
Many fucking changes, man. Many fucking changes. Look at the team; it's just below average. I mean, if you see the City game, I'll say you don't need to bring in anyone.
Now let me reframe my question.
And you bring the Aston Villa game.
Now
fucking inconsistent players, man.
Now let me reframe the question. Is Arsenal capable of a shift in the team? Can they make it?
I mean, can they make those transfer rumors that's going around?
No, can they actually go on to close the deals?
I mean, bringing in Raul and Edo into the board, I guess that's possible because we have already proven it in the last summer with signing of Nico Pepe, David Luiz, Kieran Tierney, and
David Luiz.
So they have been, David Luiz. I personally take pride in saying that because he has been consistent in most matches except a few. So, and that happens in players' life. So, not taking the wrong end of it, but we need some creativity in the midfield. So I don't know what's the link going on between Coutinho and the swap deal between Matteo and Coutinho that's being rounded up. But the most important thing about me is like get the pen onto the paper on the Aubameyang deal because we need that guy. I don't care whether we get Partey or not. I don't care whether like somewhere else big star comes in or not. So get Aubameyang in the team because if we take away the goals that Aubameyang has scored this season, we will be fighting relegation right now, bro. So this has to be done. Aubameyang has to sign. There's no ifs and buts on that. And apart from that, I guess we will be good with Partey. Partey will be coming in. Defense looks a bit sorted with Pablo and we have William Saliba coming in. And forward, I don't know what Lacazette is going to do. Are they planning a swap deal between Partey or Lacazette or something else? But I'm happy with the current situation the club is going through. So let's hope for the better days.
Okay, by the way, I have one question for Ruptirtha. How happy are you with Arteta?
How happy I am with Arteta? I mean, considering with respect to the manager that we had after the great Arsene were laid off, I'm quite happy with the process that he brought in. I mean, apart from football, what he brought the board, the fans, the owners, and the team together, which is very important. And the main thing that you brought in when we, even with this below average team, when we go to play a big team like Liverpool, not because we have won against them, be it Liverpool, be it City, be it Chelsea or anyone. I am a fan. I might lose the game, but I am a fan. I'm not afraid. But back in the Unai or in the Wenger era, there were days when we go to face Liverpool or someone else, we will be like afraid, like, oh, we might get battered by 3 goals, 6-0, 4-0 or something else. But we have the confidence that this man is right for the job.
Okay. That's
Another question. I have another question for you. What about the Mitsuru situation? I mean, when he plays, he's the best artist in the world, and when he doesn't, he's the most laziest person in the pitch. So, what do you think? Do you want to let him go or take him in the squad and give him another chance?
No, he got chance for the last 5 years, bro. So
5.
just
So it-
let him off the window. Just let him off the window.
5.
That's it.
Is
Yeah,
it too much?
he was signed in 2014, I suppose. 2014
Yeah.
he came into Arsenal. So roughly he got more than what he actually was being paid, and considering his wage, so you gotta deliver more, to be honest. And
Yeah,
with the
but
recent
did he like deliver in the way that he's delivering, like in a poor way, for the last 5 years? I think it's 2 or 3. I guess he has deteriorated. Is it like the whole
yeah,
time?
but if you are being paid 350 runs a week and you are and playing in a team of Arsenal where finance has been a pain point for the last decade maybe, so you are just not here to play a good through ball or play a good side pass or a square pass. You need to go ahead, score goals, and bring in something to the team. I mean, if you are being asked to plan a game against Arsenal, you as a coach won't plan any separate plan for like to stop Mesut Ozil, like we would have done for someone like Pogba or Mason Mount or someone like that. So he needs to deliver. He needs to come up, which slightly he hasn't. So it's time, even with a heavy heart, it's time we just let him go and invest that money on someone else.
Okay. So now let's talking about investment. Real Madrid is investing on Gareth Bale, which is actually of no value at the moment. So in ESPN quoted that Gareth Bale has best job in the world. He sits back, he gets his money, he's in Madrid, he enjoys his life with his family, walks his children to the school, and just enjoys the game in a stadium while he is actually in the team. So, and we have seen him like during the matches, like making gestures like this to watch, like as if he's looking from afar and something like this. He's yawning in the game, like sitting at the stadium. So, what do you think about his situation? Is should he go out and like start playing football again, or is he not willing to play anymore?
So I was hearing the podcast by Sid Lau today on the Guardian, and means Guardian has the daily football weekly, and Sid Lau has done a brilliant piece on him as to the Gareth Bale situation, and he was of the view that Gareth Bale knows that there are a lot of eyes on him. So the gestures which you just showed right now, making binoculars, it was he spotting the reporters because he knows the cameras are on all the time. And as for him not starting, at the start of the season itself, Zidane had said that it would be so much better for everyone if Gareth Bale moves. It would be good for the club. It would be good for the player, everyone around. But Bale means Madrid did block the move at that point of time, and Bale knows his current situation. He is keeping himself fit, and he is earning a decent pay package. The situation is such now that having been frozen out for such a considerable part of the season, now there are no takers for him because Bale still has 2 years to run on his contract. So given the fact that the major part of the world, he's a Welsh guy, he's a British guy, and Sidlaw made a very fair point in his podcast as well, saying that because he's a British, the British media is always going to support, and we are more of content consumers of English content. So we always are going to side with Gareth Bale's situation. Like we'll feel a bit of empathy for that person. But it's not bad, right? Like you're getting paid a bomb and you're sitting on the bench. It's a shame that you can't see him play because you see his highlights and now all we get to see is the highlights. And you have to remember that when he did join Madrid. He has already won
He was a beast.
4
at that
European
time.
Cups with them, and he was great. I think at that point of time it was BBC, the combination, right? Benzema, Bale, and Cristiano, against the MSN. So they had a good run. The fact that Bale was also supposed to fill the void, which once Ronaldo left, and step into that void and take over the leadership and be the man to go to. That hasn't worked out for him, but it has been partly due to the coaching and Zidane has Zidane and Bale don't get on well. That's like very evident. But the fact is Zidane has managed this team much better than having one of the world's most expensive players on your bench and still to manage a squad and get the La Liga title as well as to perform consistently. That in itself speaks volumes about his coaching standards. And Lau also said one. It's like I keep on referring to that podcast because it is very informative. Because Zidane is actually achieving a lot more than what people are expecting. But it is Zidane himself who is downplaying himself rather than anyone else. Because it's not that even when after he won the league, he expressed himself, but it's like he never goes around explaining to people his philosophy, what it is, how Madrid should play football. He just gets the results, and if you look at it, he has managed this team really well. Like this Madrid team which won the league this season, you have had Ramos, who is 35, Marcelo, who is 32, Cruz, who is in the 30s, Modric also, Modric is also past 30. He wanted to leave. Benzema is in his is also in his 30s. You have the major bulk of the squad who is in his 30s. But mixing and matching, integrating the new players, Valverde for that matter, getting the best out of Asensio, who was supposed to at this point of time be a much more stable figure, falling out with Isco and still managing to have creativity in his team in the form of the other midfielders, the younger products. So yeah.
Yeah, but I have a question in here. Do you feel like Bell is not being selected in the Real Madrid because of the style of play that Real Madrid has adopted, especially in this particular La Liga season, or it's because of pure personal football skills?
I personally think he doesn't fit into Zidane's plans, so it doesn't help. If you are not fitting into the manager's plans, the manager is obviously not going to cater to your needs, right? So Bale, they are not looking to get the best out of Bale because Bale is not in their plans. So that kind of answers it.
So just wrapping, since we've talked a lot about football and calling out Bale on what he has to do. So regarding, we are having a quite intense last PL week tomorrow. So according to what we all know, who are in the first and the second. So according to all of you, who will be the third and the fourth?
Okay, I am putting my money on Chelsea and United to be the third and fourth finishers. I think Leicester are going to choke big time because United need a point, and I understand, Ruptirtha at the starting, said that United was looked fatigued on West Ham. I read the match report. I didn't have the chance to see the game, but I read about it, and I did read a lot about the fatigue factor which played. But I think they'll be up for the game on Sunday because United, it's a young squad. It's played really well since the project restart, the second half of the season, and it's a young team, hungry, and I think they wanted more than Leicester at this point of time. And football for that matter, sports for that matter, always relies on momentum for that matter, and United have the moment at this point of time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a surprise for me. Like, United is fine. If United lose or didn't manage to get a win against Leicester, they will be finishing in the worst points tally in Manchester United history. And with such points tally, they're fighting for the Champions League spot. So it has been a weird league this year.
Yeah, Actually,
Yeah, that
has
means
been
means
great.
before the start of the lockdown, United were what 14 points off the pace, 14 points behind Leicester. But I mean, now they are in a position where United need a draw, and Leicester are the ones who need a result. So a lot has changed for the better, of for the league and the United fans. I personally think a strong United is good for the Premier League. It gives us a lot to talk about. There are a lot of United fans out there who enjoy their game, and irrespective of whether you are rival club's fan or not, you have to appreciate the fact that Ferguson did build a legacy, and it's something which most clubs probably dream of, right? Like I, being a Liverpool fan, we read a lot of history. But I grew up in an era where I've seen United dominate, Chelsea dominate, and like United's legacy was still going on. When in my early years, I could see United building that legacy, and it's still there for everyone to see. And for other clubs to even achieve what you could say 30% of what what Sir Alex Ferguson could achieve in his 25, 27 years. That is a great attractive point for all these clubs.
So that brings me to Nandida, and Avikda as well.
Yeah.
So you both share a
I
different
will
type
go
of
with Leicester and
relationship.
United only. Hey, Chelsea and United only.
Chelsea and United. All right. Nandida, I hope you are going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I'm going with Chelsea and Manchester United.
Leicester
But
and
if
Chelsea.
Chelsea loses the match, then I will take a draw.
Okay. So
You don't want Chelsea to qualify.
now let's just
I'll
briefly.
go with Chelsea and Leicester.
Yeah, I would like to go for that because I kind of have a soft corner for Vardy and Leicester, but then that's a different story. But then Manchester United and Manchester City, you guys are going to face off in the next season. So what are your views for each other at the moment? United is playing good. City has been playing good as well. So the next Manchester derby, what do you think? How is it going to pan out?
Yeah, we'll
It's too
definitely
early
beat
to
them.
speak about the derby, man. Like let's see how City does in the Champions League, man. Like I'm looking
Yes,
forward to that game.
exactly.
Yeah,
The Champions League game will be very tough.
like yeah, because the Twitterati, public Twitterati, went crazy, once City had that result in their favor, the CA's favor, and there were lots of funny memes. So yeah, that was excellent.
Yes.
But it's good.
Oil money and
Yeah,
all everything.
yeah, it's good for the league. It will be great. The fact that Guardiola still stays, and you have you have a lot of exciting managers, and I'm really looking forward to how Solskjaer matches up against Guardiola in the next season. Actually,
That's going to be
Yeah, I
very
am also
interesting.
excited and
Yeah, I hope he will does better. Like 3-0. I hope he will does better.
All right. All right. So it has been a great session. So that was the preview from the mouths of the fans themselves, not analysts or not pundits to be specific. So these are what the fans believe, and let's see how the next season pans out. It's over. The Premier League is almost over, and without the fans, it's not Premier League. Like football is not football without the fans, but nonetheless, it's happening. So next up, we are going to talk about UCL. So please stay tuned, and if you like this, do subscribe and share this with your friends. Till then, we'll see you in the next one.